Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It is Friday, November 14th, and it's Fun Fold Friday. I'm a little bit earlier. I said I was going to go live at 10. I'm a few minutes early because it's been a gong show morning, you guys. Thanks for bearing with me. My husband needed a ride, needed me to drive behind him in my car because his car was getting maintenance this morning at 7:30. And then drove him downtown to work, came back, picked up my daughter, dropped her off at her dentist appointment. So she's at her dentist appointment right now as we speak. And then when she's done, I have to go pick her up. So it's like, why do things happen like this, right? Everything like happens together. I didn't realize my hubby had a maintenance appointment this morning. I knew my daughter had a doctor's or a dentist appointment. Thought I could juggle it all. Well, I'm trying to. And anyway, that was the reason for the change in my time of my video. But here I am. I'm here and I'm excited to share this card with you. We're going to make a shutter fold card. We're going to make a horizontal shutter fold card with this one. Yeah, I'm an Uber driver. Exactly, Ellie. I totally am. I wonder how many miles I've put on this week. It's been a crazy week. And you know, I thought I was going to have an easy week because my daughter was on reading week. You just never know, right? What is it they say? Life is what happens when you're planning your life, right? So it's all good. And tomorrow, if you live in the Calgary area, oh my gosh, you're going to have to come to the Dalhousie Community Center. Be there right at 10 a.m. to see all the specials. Everything on those tables, when we let you into the room, it opens at 10, is free. Everything on those tables is yours for free in exchange for an equivalent order. Okay, so you can get out your catalog now. You can go onto the website if you live in Calgary, do your wish list, and say you got $100 on your wish list, right? Things you want to buy from the Stampin' Up! Website. So this is a current order. So when you arrive at the Dalhousie Community Center, there will be QR codes you can scan. We'll have laptops there to help you. You can use to enter your order so that you can put in your account number and sign into your account and get your Stampin' Rewards. These things on the table are free in exchange for your order, okay? And it's only for 2 hours tomorrow, so come by and get the stuff for free. Yep, it's not, you're listening to me right, you're hearing me right. All the stuff is free in exchange for your orders. So I've already had people message me and say, do you have this bundle? Do you have that bundle? Do you have this product? So people are looking for things, right? And why not get them for free? If you've already got a wish list, come join us tomorrow at Dalhousie Community Center and get your free things, okay? It's called BOGO. So buy one from the website. Say you put in an order for $100 on the website, then you get to choose $100, whatever the product price is, okay? So if it's a $100 order before shipping and tax, then you get to choose $100 from the tables and vice versa. Not vice versa, but you get the gist, right? If you have questions, let me know. It's 5432 Dalhart Road Northwest in Calgary here, okay? So I can't wait to see you. I hope you can join us if you live close by. It'll be worth the drive. Glad I saw you on. Thought you said 10. I did say 10. I'm sorry about that. I'm popping in early because I was ready, and I'm like, I know my daughter's at the dentist, and it could be I don't know what time, and I'm like, I could see her being done early, and then trying to call me in the middle of the video. So I thought, let's go on early. I'm ready to go. I'm excited about this card. So hopefully, if you are joining me, you're able to go back and catch the replay of the beginning of the video, okay? So let's get started. Thank you for bearing with me. Life is what happens when you're planning your life. That's what they say. Alrighty, let's do this. Yep, hi Jennifer, good to see you. I'm a little early. Better earlier than late, right? That's my theory too. Okay, we're flipping and pointing you down at my work surface. Here we go. We got a little bit of snow on the rooftops today. Nothing major. A little chilly, but again, we could be in a worse situation. We had a lot more snow last year this time. Okay, so we're making a horizontal shutter card. Okay, so you want to see? Do you want to see the final product, what we're going to make? We're making Just Because, and when you open it, Just Because I Love You. Look at that. The shutter. Oh, I love shutter cards, and usually I make them vertical like this, opening side to side, but this one's going to be horizontal today. All right, let's get started on this one. Have you ever made a shutter card before? These are a blast to make. They're so much fun. First thing we want to start off with is a piece of crumb cake, 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to score from each end at 2 1/8 of an inch. So 2 1/8. Let's go ahead and do that. From this side, it's a gatefold, 2 1/8 and 2 1/8. Okay, so there's that. Fold them in. See, they meet in the middle. All right, so let's burnish that with my bone folder. There we go. There we go. Okay, so this card is going to go horizontal, and I'm super excited to bring in this pattern paper. This pattern here is gorgeous with all the florals. Look at that. It just literally pops off the page, right? These vibrant florals. So we're going to glue those onto the front panels. So one for each panel. Get my glue flowing here. I might have to start a new Tombow glue. I was out last night at my, one of my team members had a kit class, and I attended. I love to support my team members when they have their classes. I don't go to all my, I can't, there's no possible way for me to go to every class, but I do like to do when a brand new team member joins and she's telling me she has a class, she's trying to get her business off the ground. You know, I'm going to be her biggest cheerleader, right? So we had that last night. It was so fun to see my team member prepare for her class and have it, and I was there to support her. It was lovely. Okay, so there's my flowers. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, how they come together like that. Okay, so then for the inside, we've got 2 pieces of Very Vanilla for the inside pieces, so that there's going to be one up here and one down here. So this is going to be like you can do your signing, your writing, whatever you want to do. So let's go ahead and we're going to glue those down. Yes, we're going to glue them down. We're going to glue them down because there's something going on top of them. That's why I need to glue them down first. So this is important. I think the last time or the first time I made a shutter card, I forgot to put these down. And then I had to make adjustments to my measurements because I didn't put these down. So put your vanilla pieces down first. Very Vanilla is the exact name. All right. So yeah. I'm a little bit early, guys. If you're seeing me pop up in your news feed and you're like, wait a second, she wasn't supposed to go live for 5 more minutes. I'm trying to catch up with the clock. I'm trying to race the clock here today because I got a lot going on. Okay, so this is the top and bottom. Now what we're going to do is make the little shutters. Okay, so we have 2 pieces of crumb cake here. And these measure, let me see. They measure 3.5 by 4.5, 3.5 by 4, and I've scored the long side at 1/2 inch. And we have to make these into the shutter. So we have to do a little triangle cut down here. So what we're going to do, just move this off to the side. I'm going to grab my ruler. Actually, I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and I'm going to make a little mark. So this is my 3.5 inch side. So half of 3.5 is 1 3/4. So I'm going to just put the cutting track there, and we're going to make a little mark. See if my pen will go down. Oh, right there. Okay. You know what? Let's just do this. Let's just grab the ruler and make a little line. I have an erasable pen here, so I'm going to do a line like that. And then half of 4 is 2 inches. So let's line that up at the 2 inch mark. If you have a pencil, it probably would work better because the lead would probably go down through the cutting arm, but that's okay. You just need to make a little cross here. I need the center point. And then I'm going to take that center point, put it into the trimmer, and we're going to cut from that center point right there to the point on the edge. Okay, so little corner. So let's pierce that spot, get my blade running. Okay, am I in the track? Yes, put both your points in the track. And my blade is not, okay, there we go. Okay, let's go, blade. All right, so we're gonna cut like that. Not quite exact. Let's turn it and try that one more time. Okay. It wasn't exact enough for me. So let's try one more. There we go. So that's the cut line. And then we're going to pierce the center of that cross. And we're going to, I don't need the scoring tool. I need the blade. You could use your scissors for this, but I like to cut with my blade, my trimmer, as much as possible. I'm a lot straighter with my trimmer than I am with my scissors. Look at that. And now, because I used an erasable pen, I can go ahead, or if you use a pencil, you can just erase your lines. But you're really not going to see them anyway, but this is what we want. We want a shutter. Okay, so these are going to be the parts of my shutter. All right, so let's do the same thing with the other one. So I'll move my trimmer for a second, and we'll use the ruler. So half of 3.5 is 1 3/4. So I'm going to make a mark here at the 1 3/4 inch mark. Okay, so that's my 1 3/4 inches. I'm just going to do a line here. Just draw. Pencil is probably a good option. I'm using an erasable pen, same thing. So then my 2-inch mark right there. I'm using the Glass Mat Studio, the lines on the Glass Mat Studio in the background to help my ruler line up. And then boom, there we've got that little cross line. So erase these here. You got to get yourself a friction pen. I'm not a spokesperson for friction pens, but boy, I love my erasable pens. They're so easy to use. Okay, let's do the exact same thing here. We're going to line up the points in the cutting track. We're going to pierce right in the middle here of that cross, right there, and cut out to the corner. And I got trouble lining this up today. Must be my eyes, must be tired. It's Friday. Okay, let's try it one more time. Yeah, that's better. All right, so there we go. We're going to line up the corner again, like this, and cut. All right, so did we get our V? Yes, we did. Mine is right here, and just pull that off. Now, it's not hard. None of this is hard, right? It's not hard at all, but sometimes you get a little shave off like I did there, but that's okay. You can use your snips, and you can come in and trim off any little bit of extra pieces. Again, you're not going to see these because they're going to overlap like shutters on a camera. Okay, taking my pen, going to erase my lines, just so I don't want to, because I don't want to see them. All right, so we've got that done. You're going to put tear and tape on the back of these 2 score lines. And these 2 shutters are going to go together like this, okay? So we got our bone folder. We're going to burnish the score lines on our shutter card, our shutter mechanism, and we're going to put tear and tape across here. So let's grab my tear and tape, and we'll get that going. So here we go. 1 and 2. All right. So we can now put this in our card. So bring back our card, and we're going to burnish that and peel the tear and tape off. Both pieces. This card really does come together quickly. Once you get these mechanism pieces down, it's easy. So you want to take this, and we're going to take the edge of it, the edge of the cardstock. We're going to line it up with the score line, not on top of the score line, not below or above, right up next to the score line. I'm looking to make sure I got about the even amounts on both sides. And then I'm just going to simply take my flap, fold it down, press burnish. When I pull it up, you can see that it's attached on an angle. Okay, so let's do the same thing with the other side. We're going to take this piece with the adhesive sticking up. I'm lining this up with the score line, lining it up with the other shutter mechanism at the bottom, making sure it's even, and then I'm just going to press down. Okay, so then when I close this card, you can see there's my 2 shutter mechanisms, and they're going to move. When these flaps move, they will move and open up. Easy peasy. Okay, let's do the other parts of the card. So for the inside part, the part that opens, we need to make a little circle. Okay, so I've got crumb cake, and then I'm pulling in this pattern here with the beautiful soft petals, sorry, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say petal pink pattern. And look at the Darling Duckling pattern on the back of this one. You could use that as well if you wanted to, but we're doing the soft colors today. So I'm putting this little piece of DSP on here, and then we're going to cut our little opening. There is a technical term for this opening in the camera world. I don't remember what it is. Your lens, maybe? I don't know. We're going to put this on here and we're going to cut this opening. But I want to make sure that stays put. So I'm going to put a little piece of Post-it tape on here, and we're going to run that through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Okay, so good morning, Jody. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for bearing with me for the time changes today. It's a bit of a crazy day here, but we're just rolling with it. Here we go. We're going to go through the machine, and I think this might be the only die cut I have to do. I have the other ones done. Okay, so I didn't tell you what die I was using here. This is from Stylish Shapes. Gentle, pull it off, and you're going to end up with these 2 extra circles that you can use for another project. So what I used was 3 from the outside, if you count from the outside, the 3rd largest, okay? So that's that one. Then I also have a big one, the second largest, this one right here. So we're going to use that one. That one's going to be our stamping on the back. Okay, so this is going to be the image that we want to portray when the shutter opens. All right, so now we'll do a little bit of stamping for that inside piece. So let me show you the sample card again. I go back to this quite often to show you where I'm at. So when you open the card here, you see it says, I love you, and I've got some florals. So behind there is this circle, okay? So that's what's sitting back there, all right? So let's grab our stamps and stamp that on here. We're gonna grab Mossy Meadow. We're gonna stamp in the center. Try and stay in the center of this circle, because that's really all you're going to see when the camera opens, the lens opens, okay? So we're stamping I love you. And you want to pick an image, you want to pick a greeting that is going to be small enough to fit in the center of this, okay? So, or you can pick, it doesn't have to be a greeting, it can be an image if you want. But we're using greetings today because we're playing with the Brushed with Beauty suite. I'm so in love with this suite. Okay, so we're going to use these little flowers here. We're going to do some 2-step stamping with Calypso Coral and Petal Pink. Thank you, Krista. You like this card? I actually love shutter cards. They're one of my favorites. So I'm going to do the detailed flowers, and because we're only seeing the center of this card, this circle piece, I'm going to stay really close to my greeting because I want the person who opens the card to see as much as they can, because you're going to get, when you open the card, you can see how you have this narrow little window here, right? So you want to stay within that. So you want to keep things small. Okay, so we've done the detailed stamping. Let's do the background stamping now. So I'm going to grab Petal Pink. I've got my triple bloom here. Just going to line that up over top. Boom. And stamp it again. Flip it around. Stamp it over top of those blossoms. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful that is. I just love this stuff. Oh my God. Okay, so this piece here that we just cut, we're going to add our dimensionals to this. I learned this trick a long time ago from Lisa Curcio, and I love what Lisa did. So we're going to flip it over. I'm going to share this tip with you, but I want you to know where it came from. I didn't invent this. We're going to add our 4 dimensionals, but we're only going to take the backing off of 2, okay? Because there's a trick to this. So we've got our shutter. We're going to close the 2 shutters together, right? Put our triangles together. We're going to peel off the backing of these here, the top 2, or the side 2. So close this up. This piece is going to go in the center now. So just center it up here. And we're going to just adhere it at the top, or the side over here, okay? So this is going to allow me to take this piece of very vanilla and slip it into the window. See that? So I have access from the left here. So I want to get my glue on the back. So let's add a little bit of glue. A little bit, it'll do ya. And then we're going to gently slide that underneath all these layers. and no one's going to see what we're doing here. You get a little bit of wiggle room with your Tombow glue. So let me just try to jig this a little bit better here. So you're just centering that. That's pretty good, actually. There we go. We're just centering everything in this little frame. And then when you're happy with it, then you can go ahead and peel off the backing of those 2 dimensionals and press it down, give it a press in the middle. So now that greeting is sticking to the back of the card. And then this is now secure. And watch what happens when I go to push this. Watch the I love you get covered up by the lens. It's just like the shutter of a camera, right? Okay, so there's what it looks like when the recipient receives it. Gorgeous, right? With 2 flaps. And we're gonna watch this again. Ah, I love it. It is so cool, right? I can't get enough of these shutter cards. So you're gonna say I love you right there, but then you can bring in other things and stamp down here if you want to. I'm gonna leave mine. You could say it's your birthday. I'm gonna leave the inside for now, and we're gonna work on the front of this card. So the front of this card, I have from the Spotlight on Nature dies, the large petal pink circle. And what else do I have? I have a very vanilla circle. We're going to do some stamping on here. This one was cut with stylish shapes. And we also have from you're going to want the entire suite. I've been telling you that all week, right? Because you're going to want these dies that coordinate with the stamps. And you've got these standalone dies that I'm in love with. So I have one here cut out of Mossy Meadow, the sprig. And then I cut this one out of my vellum because this suite includes a 12 by 12 pack of 12 sheets of vellum. So we've got our vellum. And then I took the small bloom like this, the detailed die, and I cut that out of Calypso Coral. So we've got those ready to go. Now let's do our stamping first. I always say stamp first, then stick, right? Okay, so I have an extra one of those circles there. All right, so we're going to stamp on here. We're going to use the word just, and we're going to use Mossy Meadow. Let me clean up my desk here a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Bring in my Mossy Meadow. We're going to ink up the just. Ink her up good, just because. Okay, so we're going to ink this. We're inking this up and we're pressing it down onto our circle. Press, press, press. There we go. And the because, we're going to use Calypso Coral. So let's grab my because. Tap, 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 tap. And we're going to straighten this up underneath the because that's how we want to do it. All right. Okay. Then we're going to grab Petal Pink, our lighter pink. We're going to stamp the solid part of that flower. All right. This one right here, just down at the bottom, just a little accent flower. Going off the edge a little bit. Okay, and it doesn't matter if it didn't completely stamp out because it's okay because we're going to put our little decorative detail over top anyway, okay? So that's going to go on there, and I'm going to glue just the middle of it. You don't need to stress about putting glue on all these little fine detailed edges. Just one little dab of glue in the center will be plenty, okay? And then we're going to layer all this together. So let's see, my sample, I kind of tuck them in between the 2 layers, but you can play around with your layers and see, do you want it on the edge? Do you want it on the outside? Because that looks pretty too, right? We could put the vellum in the back. See what I did. This is what I did on my sample. I put them in the back. You can't really see my vellum. So I wonder if I put my vellum on this one out like that. I can't cover up the because either, right? You could snip it. You can snip these little blooms. I mean, there's no shame in that, right? Use what you want for your card. But you want to stay, the thing you need to remember is to stay within the parameters of your card. You don't want to have pieces sticking out here and over here because then it won't fit in the envelope, right? Yeah, so thank you, Joyce. Okay, so now we're just decorating. So I think I'm going to put the vellum in the back, but just maybe have it stick out a little more than I did on my sample. So don't stress about your glue because you're not going to be able to see it. It's going to be tucked inside. Okay, so we're just going to take this one. I'm going to put it off the edge a little bit more, maybe a couple little blooms, and that should be okay. And then we'll grab this one. Same thing, don't stress about the glue. Just kind of tap a little bit down along the middle of the stem. And then we're going to layer along the edge of the circle like that. Just follow the bend of that circle. And then you can take your circle here and put it over top. Actually, what you could do is you could tuck those outside. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what was missing. These little leaves here, I want them to like kind of caress the middle of that circle. Now I'm fully aware I didn't put glue on it. So let's go ahead and put glue on here. See, sometimes when you make things a couple of times, you realize what you wanted to do. And this is what I wanted to do. So I'm tucking it under these leaves so that they're just kind of caressing that circle. Oh my gosh, I love this bundle. So the suite, you need all of it. I think you need the embossing folder, the beautiful pearls. Oh my gosh, it is so gorgeous. Let's bring those in. I think I'm going to add one of the crumb cake ones down here to the center of this flower. So pretty. I absolutely love it. I think that's enough. I don't need anything else on this one. We got the vellum, we got the dies, we got the, oh my gosh, the stamping. Bring back the card base. So now we want to only add our dimensionals up in this half circle, right? So what I'm going to share with you, what I did, I'm using the edges of my dimensionals. I just came around with my snips, snip, 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 using my edges. And I know I only want my adhesive up here. So I'm just going to take my dimensionals and put them where I know I'm safe. I'm going to put one there, and one over here. Instead of guessing on the back of my die cut, I'm going to put them right on the front of the card where I know that they're going to be sufficient, right? Just on that top flap. Okay, so we're taking this circle, we're going to line it up, make sure it's centered, make sure your just is straight, right? The writing is straight. And when you're happy with the position, just press it down so it engages with those dimensionals. Oh my gosh, so pretty. This paper rocks. It absolutely is so beautiful. I'm going to add some Wink of Stella to my flower and make that stand out even more. Wow, look at the shine on that Calypso Coral cardstock. Oh boy, that is gorgeous. I love it. Okay, let me show you close up. Can you see this? There's the sparkle right there on that flower. All right, let's open it up one more time and see our horizontal shutter. Thank you, Jen Jen. I'm so happy. When you open this one, boom, I love you. And then you got lots of room to write your greeting or stamp more down here. It's totally up to you how you bling this up, but you're going to love this entire suite. Let me do a recap for you before I forget of this entire week because I have had a blast. Okay. The first card we did on Monday was with the Global Design Project Challenge. We had a sketch challenge, this one right here. And this is my card. Sweet, kind, lovely. You're a great friend. Showcase the vellum, the paper, the dies, the stamps, all of it. And then I appreciate you. So that was Monday's card. Tuesday, we made this fun card using two sides of the same sheet of Designer Series paper, pulling in the dies, the stamps, again, all of the things from the suite. Thanks for the love, you guys. Then the inside, I built my own little greeting with all of the words. And, you're just going to love this one. You're going to love it. Wednesday, I had to play with my color combo, my favorite, Basic Black and Melon Mambo. And then I did the pattern background, and then I embossed it all. Can you see that embossing texture? Oh, so beautiful. And there's the inside. You've been on my mind. Yesterday, we played with this pattern paper. So stunning. With the mossy meadow and the very vanilla flowers. And again, you could see that embossing folder on the vellum. So pretty. Just because you're lovely, you've been on my mind. And then today is Friday, and we made a shutter fold. A horizontal shutter fold with I love you. There we go. You missed the beginning. Yes, Sharon, I'm sorry. My daughter's at the dentist. She's going to be waiting for me to pick her up. So I popped on a little bit earlier in case she buzzed in. Trying to do all the things over here. You know, that's what moms do, right? You guys can relate. I know you can. Thank you so much, Annika. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me every day. I appreciate you all so much. Oh, Krista says Showstopper Week. What a compliment. Thank you, Krista. I appreciate all the things you do and say and share my videos, and the love and the thumbs up that you give me. That means so much to me. I appreciate it so much. Okay, well, I wish you a great rest of your Friday, a wonderful weekend. Again, if you're in the Calgary area, come and see me. Come and see me and my friends. We are going to be at the Dalhousie Community Center tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 12. These sales go quick. People come early. And I would recommend you come with your list of things you want to buy from the website. Have it ready to go so that you can get your order placed and then go to the tables and get your free stuff, right? Because it's a BOGO. In exchange for your order placed online using the QR code or using the website, we have a special one for you. There's 3 of us in this sale. My team member Bonnie and I are doing this one, and her team member Gabrielle. So it's a collaborative effort. We will have the QR codes for you to place your order, and we're so excited. We're so excited to give you the free stuff and watch you walk out the door like, start the car. Alrighty, take care everyone. And I will be back for another fun video on Monday morning at 9 a.m. again. Have a great weekend. I hope. Yes, Sharon, I'll be posting. I will be posting. I promise you. I know I've gotten behind a little bit. It's been really crazy over here, but I'll post the PDF with the measurements so that you guys can make this card, because you're going to love shutter folds, and you can do them both vertically or horizontal. And I can't wait to see what you guys create with this one. Alrighty, have a great rest of your day, everyone. I'll see you on Monday morning at 9 a.m. again. Bye for now.